Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His Son, by S.O.T.M.H, Yahweh Shai, who the world knows as Christ, Warakah Kadash. That's the Holy Spirit, right? The water to the Most High for allowing the Akim to come out here into the highways and byways and give y'all this truth, man. Because a lot of our people, they are not receiving the truth in these last days. They're not receiving the true words of the Most High God, right? And that's why we out here, man, right? The Lord sent us out here to give our people this truth, to wake y'all up, man, right? Because if you're in these churches and they're not giving you that spiritual feeding that you need, then you need to leave those churches, man, right? And that's why we out here, man, to show you that these churches are not feeding our people spiritually, right? Give me what you got, King. Get that.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 38. 48. Salakia, King. 48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet.
You hear that? The Most High is not dwelling in these churches, man, made with hands, man. Right? I read that again, King.
Khan. This is the book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 48.
Bring it out.
Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet.
As said the prophet, man. The Most High is not dwelling in these temples made with hands, man. Right? Just like David, man. David couldn't build the temple for the Most High, man. He had too much blood on his hand. Esau think he could just build a building and say this is the temple of the Lord, man. That's false, right? The Lord is not dwelling in these temples made by hands of men, man.
That's right.
Right? So that's what's going on right now, man. These priests and these pastors and these bishops, man, they're not giving the people what they need to know, man. The Most High ain't dwelling in those temples, man. Right? Bring that out, King.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 22, verse 26.
Bring it out.
Her priests have violated my law.
The Bible say your priests, your pastors, your bishops have violated his law, right? Read on.
And have profaned my holy things.
And disrespected my holy things, man. He's talking about your bishops and your priests, right? Read.
They have put no difference between the holy and profane.
They put no difference between the holy and the profane, man. These bishops and priests tell you to come as you are. The Bible don't say that, man. The Bible don't say come as you are, man. Read on.
Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean.
They still allow you to eat the swine, the pig. That the Lord is not dealing with that. That is unclean to you, man.
That's right.
But your priest don't tell you that. He tell you you can eat anything. Right? Read on.
And have hid their eyes from my Sabbath.
Have what?
Have hid their eyes from my Sabbath.
Most of these people out here, most of the people today don't even know the Lord's day, man. You tell them something about the Sabbath day and they look confused. Right? They know nothing about the Lord's day. Read that last line again.
And have hid their eyes from my Sabbaths.
Do you know what the Sabbath day is, sir? You walking past.
Yo.
Yeah, man, you gonna get hit by a car. You just all over the place, brother.
Khan.
You gotta come back to the Lord, brother. Read that last line again, King.
And they have hid their eyes from my Sabbaths.
And they have hid their eyes from the Lord's Sabbath day. The Lord's Sabbath day is not Sunday.
That's right. Khan.
So read that again from the top, King.
For the top of 26. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 22, verse 26.
Bring it out.
Her priests have violated my law.
Your priests have violated the laws of the Lord. Read.
And have profaned my holy things.
Right. Read.
They have put no difference between the holy and the profane.
Right.
Neither have they showed the difference between the unclean and the clean.
Read.
And have hid their eyes from my Sabbaths.
And they have hid their eyes from the Lord's Sabbaths, man. Read that what you got, King.
Khan. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy.
Salaki.
Khan.
Read that again.
Woe be unto the.
So left. Woe. Now, whenever you hear woe in the Bible, man, it's talking about death and destruction, man. When you hear woe, that means that something drastic is about to happen, man. We're not talking about woe that's Black Rob came out with, man. We talk about the woe that the Lord is talking about in the words of the Bible.
That's right. Come.
Read that again, King.
Come. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord.
Saith the Lord, man.
God.
Woe to the pastors who scatters the sheep, right? Read on.
Come. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people.
Right.
Yea, have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them.
Right.
Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord.
The Lord say he's going to visit you evil, man, for scattering his people. Right? You hear that, sister? You believe in God, sister? You don't believe in the Lord, sister? You got to cover up, sister. You got to put on some clothes in these last days, sister.
That's right.
You got to dress modest out here, right? Because you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true people of the Lord, man.
That's right.
You are the Israelites of the Bible, man. And you got to come back to God, law, statutes, and commandments, man. Read that again, King.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord.
Read.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. They have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them.
And have not what?
And have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord.
The Lord is going to put evil on your pastors, man. Give me Proverbs 3 and 5, right? Because he's not teaching you the correct things in these last days, right? The Lord is not dealing with these churches. These pastors are leaning on their own understanding. They're not teaching you the law, statutes, and commandments of the book, right? Bring that out, King.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5.
Bring it out.
Trust in the Lord with all their heart, and lean not to thy own understanding.
And lean what?
Not unto thy own understanding.
The Bible say lean not to your own understanding, man.
Come.
So you have to come back to the truth of the Lord, man. Our sisters have to put on modest apparel, and our brothers, man, have to stop being effeminate.
That's right.
Come.
Stop being a sodomite out here, man, and come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God.
Right.
And keep the faith in Hamashiach Yahushua, man. Read that again, King.
Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5.
Bring it out.
Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding.
Lean not into your own understanding, man. Right? That's what the Bible say. So the pastors, if you go into these churches, they need to be teaching you God, laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Not leaning on their own understanding. That's what the words of God say. That's why he sent the prophets out here to prophesy this message to you, man. Read that, King.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 13.
Bring it out.
Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me.
I have what?
But have removed their heart far from me.
Read on.
And their fear towards me is taught by the precept of men.
The Lord say, you have moved your mind far from him, right? They honor God with their lips. Oh yeah, I love the Lord. I love the Lord. But you have removed your mind far from the Lord. You do nothing. You put no work in to move towards the Most High God.
Right.
And therefore, you're going to be destroyed, man.
That's right.
You better come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, or you're going to be destroyed out here in these latter times, man.
Bring it out.
Right.
Read that again, King.
God, King. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me.
But have what?
But have removed their heart far from me.
But you have removed your heart far from the Lord, man. You say you love God. You say you got a zeal for God with your lips, but you do nothing for the Lord. Right? Read that last line again.
God, King. But have removed their heart far from me.
But have removed their hearts far from me. And you're gonna go down with this kingdom, man, because you listen to the philosophies and the doctrines of these men, the traditions of men, but you don't listen to the words of the Lord. So you're gonna burn up with this kingdom.
Right.
Read that, King.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 6. He answered and said unto them, well have Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrite, as it is written, this people honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
There it is again. The Lord said, you people honor him with your lips, but your heart is far from Hamashiach Yahushua, man. Wa Yahweh. Right? Read that again. Finish that up.
Verse 7. Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching false doctrines, the commandments of man.
Teaching what?
False doctrines and the commandments of man.
Teaching false doctrines and the commandments of men, man.
Good.
That's what you do out here. What do the Easter Bunny have to do with God, man?
Right.
Good.
Nothing. Right? God gave you days to celebrate, man. The Passover, man. The Day of Atonement. But you want to celebrate the traditions of these men.
Right.
And you're going to die with these men if you don't come back to the Lord, laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Read that, King. Bring that out, King.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
Read that again, King.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
Right.
After the tradition of men.
Right, what else?
After the rudiments of the world and not after Christ.
And not after who?
And not after Christ.
Right. And not after Christ, man. You out here, you want to celebrate Christmas. You want to celebrate Thanksgiving. Don't you know that's the day that your people were executed?
Right.
Good.
Right? The Lord, read that again for them, King.
God, King. This is the book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men.
Right.
After the rudiments of the world and not after Christ.
And not after Christ. You hear that, sister? You have to follow Christ. You can't follow the traditions of these men, sister.
That's right.
You have to stop celebrating Thanksgiving and Christmas. Those were the day your people was executed.
Right.
Good.
We have to come out of the traditions of men and come back to Christ. Right? Read that again, King. I'm going to show you your biggest holiday in the Bible, man. Right? Give me Jeremiah 10 and 1. Bring that out, King.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speak unto you, O house of Israel.
Oh, who?
O house of Israel.
You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's right.
You are the Israelites. You are the people of the Bible. But you have to come back to God, laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Right? Read on.
Verse 2. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen,
Learn not the way of the heathen. Read.
and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Verse 3. For
This is Christmas in the Bible. This is what you guys celebrate, right? The Lord say, don't do as the heathen do. Right? Read on.
Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutted a tree out of the forest.
What do you do?
One cutted a tree out of the forest.
They cut a tree out of the forest. Read on.
The work of hands of workmen with the axe.
The work of hands, what they do with the tree?
They deck it with silver, with gold, and they fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
And they fasten the tree. They submit to the tree, man. They deck it with silver and gold. Shalom, brother. These are the ways of the heathen. You have to come out of the traditions of men. You have to come back to God, laws, statutes, and commandments, right? You can't cut a tree out of the forest and deck it with silver and gold. That's idolatry. The Bible speaks of idolatry. That's what got us in these situations right now.
That's right.
This is why we at the bottom now, because you fall into idolatry. You break the laws of God, right? This is Christmas. This is the Christmas tree. And you bow to that tree, and you give gifts, and you receive gifts from up under that tree, right? So that's idolatry. You have to come out of that. That is the ways of the heathen. You have to come out of idolatry and come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, man. Right? Read what you got, King.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 21. I despise your feast days.
What the Lord say?
I despise your feast days, and I would not smell in your solemn assemblies.
The Lord say he would not smell. He's going to hold his breath. He don't want to smell that scent, man, because people were slaughtered on those traditional days of men, man.
Good.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, all of those days, man, our people were slaughtered. Our villages was raped, robbed, and murdered, man, by the so-called European man. Read that again.
God, this is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21.
Read on.
I despise your feast day, and I would not smell in your solemn assembly.
Because those are the days that you raped, robbed, and murdered the Israelites, man.
That's right.
Those are the days that the Spaniards and the conquistadors conquered our people and raped, robbed, and murdered them, man.
Good.
You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the 12 tribes of Israel, man.
That's right.
We are one nation, but different tribes, right? And I'm going to show you what happened to our Northern Kingdom people in the Bible, man. This is Thanksgiving in the book of Psalms, chapter 35, verse 10. Bring that out, King.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 35, verse 10. All my bones should say, Lord, who is like unto thee, which delivers the poor from him that is too strong for him?
So he's praying to the Most High, man. Read on.
Yeah, the poor and the needy from him that spoiled him. Verse 11.
That ruined him, man. Read on.
False witness did rise up.
False accusations did rise up, man. So they started lying. This is when so-called Christopher Killer Columbus sailed to the so-called Americas and raped, robbed, and murdered the Northern Kingdom, right? It's in the Bible. We're giving it to you out the Bible. Read on.
False witness did rise up. They laid to my charge things that I knew not.
They charged them with things that they knew not, right? Read on.
They rewarded me evil for good.
Because when Christopher Columbus got off those ships, the Northern Kingdom, our people treated them good. But they rewarded them evil, right? Read on.
They rewarded me evil for good to the spoiling of my soul. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth.
Right, we prayed for them when they were sick, right? Because when they got off those ships, they had smallpox, man, right? We talking about Christopher Columbus, what he called Thanksgiving, when he pillaged and murdered the so-called Northern Kingdom.
Right.
Read on.
I humbled my soul with fasting, and my prayer returned into my own bosom. Verse 14, I behaved myself as though he had been my friend or brother.
He acted as if he was his friend, man, or his brother. But what did they do to the Taínos and the Aztecs? What did Christopher Columbus do to the ancient Mayans and the Incas and the Taínos? What did he do to those people? Read on.
I bowed down heavily as one that mourned for his mother. Verse 15, but in my adversary they rejoiced and gathered themselves together.
You hear that? But in his time of affliction, they rejoiced. This is what they did, man. When they afflicted the so-called Northern Kingdom, they started to rejoice at his afflictions. Read on.
Yeah, the Ajax gathered themselves together against me. I knew it not. They did tear me and seized not. With hypocritical mockers in feasts, they garnish upon me with their teeth.
Well, hypocritical mocking and feasts, right? After they conquered the so-called Northern Kingdom, right, which is the Aztecs and the Taínos, right, they called it Thanksgiving. Read that line again.
With hypocritical mockers in feasts, they garnish upon me with their teeth.
They garnish with them with their teeth. You know how you look at somebody, you can see their teeth bulging through their jaws like they want to kill you?
Right.
That's what they did. Read it again.
With hypocritical mockers in feasts, they garnish upon me with their teeth.
He's asking the Lord to rescue him, man. This is what happened, man. Everything is documented in the Bible. That's Thanksgiving. They took the land from the Northern Kingdom, man. Right? Give me Psalms 55 and 21. And I'm going to rest with this one, man. Yeah, bring that out, King. Right? Because this is how the so-called white man do you, man. Right? He make you think he's your friend. Read on.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21.
Bring it out.
The words of his mouth were more smoother than butter.
The words of his mouth was smooth as butter, man. Right? This is how they do you, man. They act like they're your friend, right? Read on.
But war was in his heart.
But war was what?
In his heart.
But war was in his heart, man. Right? Read that again from the top, King.
The words of his mouth were more smoother than butter. But war was in his heart.
But war was in his heart, man. Right? So I'm going to rest right there and let the next powerful speaker come up, man. Right? Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Created me in his image. Lord, forgive us for sinning. Gotta endure to the finish.